High spots and cheap pops, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, SSV Silicon Valley, and that is Vladi. How you doing, Vladi? How are you feeling here on High Spots and Cheap Pops? We got some things to talk about.
I'm feeling great. It's as we alluded to before. We actually are here before noon of all things. Usually it is like 3 a.m. and we're doing this, so we're like being really responsible. And there's a different sort of energy level here.
Oh my God, so, I'm pumped. Because I go to sleep at like 8:30 and I wake up at like 10 o'clock at night. So this is great for me. I got 2 cups of coffee in me. I got a whole day to combat where I could indulge in cannabis. Can't wait.
Seems like your schedule's booked. So, as we were talking about CM Punk against Cody, we have a situation here where we were sort of fantasy booking what we might do and what WWE has the chance to do, where it could be Roman and Rock on one night as far as WrestleMania, one main event, and if the title's not involved, you could legitimately have that on the Saturday night if the world title's not involved, right? So
you would not have Rock not close the weekend. Come on. Okay, buddy. Like they had the new world championship opening the show. The Bloodline and Roman is the main card and the biggest star ever to be affiliated with wrestling. You know, they're not doing. CM Punk is not closing that weekend. I'm sorry.
So I'll say this. I think there's a chance. However, it depends on the stipulations of the Rock Roman match. What is involved? Is it Rock's career? Is it leadership of the Bloodline? What is it? It
does not matter. They are closing.
It doesn't matter what the stipulations.
It just doesn't. Roman Reigns and The Rock are closing that weekend out. That's the one people want to see more than anything. That's the reality. Don't forget, CM Punk is not near the star on the WWE stage as he is in the AEW stage. That's a reality. Just like Triple H said in a promo. Yeah, about half of these people love you and they agree with you. Half of you don't really give a damn. CM Punk, a lot of people don't get it in the WWE universe. But to see him, I don't even know if they're going to give that to CM Punk. Give him a main event match. I don't even know if they're going to give that to CM Punk. Give him a main event match. Because the guy historically has been a dick. And let's be real. He built his legend bashing WWE, bashing Triple H, bashing Vince McMahon, bashing Stephanie, bashing the company in general, Johnny Ace, and all the shit that a lot of us can't stand. But he built his legend cutting a promo on the company and the state of pro wrestling it was in, and that's the pipe bomb. And if that was all, okay, maybe he's not so bitter. But then the dude builds a whole entire storyline over that, which he keeps going for 6 more months. Then he leaves the company in a shitty way. I'm taking my ball and going home. And then he goes on Colt Cabana's podcast. I guess that was prior to him having a bank account with his mother. But he goes on Colt Cabana's podcast, buries WWE in a vitriol sense, sues WWE. The guy literally built his legend on bashing that company. And then a couple months back, he goes there kissing Triple H's ring, literally. To me, that's hypocrisy. To me, that means he's full of shit, period. Oh, whatever. And by the way, it's not only like he did that then. His first promo back in AEW, he bashed WWE then too. There were other promos. He made fun of WWE openly. Of course, the famous one, hey, you think the grass is greener on the other side, pal? You go be headline night 4 of a buy one, get one extravaganza. I'll still be here. No, you weren't, CM Punk. And you shit all over WWE, and then you're going to go back and hopefully get your big main event. Congratulations, but you're full of shit, period. Got fired on purpose, period. He did not give a fuck. He was going out in a blaze of glory. He didn't care whose feelings got hurt. He was an immature little child, just like members of the elite. But at the end of the day, CM Punk is full of shit when he goes back to WWE. Not that I'm not going to love every second of it.
Right. So, what's the point? Exactly. So you're just cutting a promo for the sake of cutting a promo at this point. If you're going to go and enjoy it, it's not like you're going to go boycott it.
Oh, no, I'm all for it because Cody Rhodes, like we've talked about before, Cody Rhodes can fight the elite's battle that we weren't able to see in AEW. WWE is literally going to take their top story and do it on their programming. And it's genius, Triple H. Do you think Triple H is going to give a shit what CM Punk says about AEW? Triple H has thrown more shade at AEW than almost anybody. Not named Eric Bischoff. and Jim Cornette. I think it's brilliant. And Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, two of the best promos in the business, two of the best promos of all time in my estimation. And the dichotomy of the two, one's a pandering douche, and the other one's just a douche in general, is an arrogant douche. Pandering douche, arrogant douche.
Battle of douches.
It's going to be battle of douches, but it's going to be some top-notch promos. They are going to tell that AEW story on WWE television. And WWE is going to make millions off of it. Millions. It's brilliant. It's friggin' brilliant. CM Punk's still full of shit, though.
I'm sure he'll be wiping his tears with $100 bills and really concerned about that opinion.
Well, like as we said, we only know he came back to wrestling because he was running out of money, just like John Moxley said.
I mean, I don't know what. I mean, listen, don't get me started on Mox. But basically, in regards to him going to WWE and having this WrestleMania moment on whatever night, it's absolutely the best thing for business. I mean, and honestly, I would even, if I was CM Punk, I would even take a step up. You know, you and I have been very critical about the Go to Sleep, the GTS, which he infamously, I guess, stole from Kenta. You know,
and he doesn't do it nearly as well as Kenta never did.
Honestly, as a move in general, I think it's an awful finisher, whoever does it. But if I was him, I mean, even Sammy's GTH, I'm like, it doesn't look good half the times.
That one looks a lot cooler, though. I think that one looks a lot cooler than the GTS.
When hit properly, it looks a lot cooler. I agree. But there's like, it just depends on who's up there and how they sell it. It's just a weird movement in general.
100%.
But getting back to it, if I was CM Punk and I do return to WWE, I would unveil a new finisher and be the one-winged angel.
I don't think WWE would let them do that move. Too much impact on it. They don't do a lot of moves that have the impact on the neck. If you notice WWE,
yeah, that's true. But if he could. If somebody's like, yeah, you could do that, like, you know, kind of like they did with the Styles Clash, that's what he should do.
By the way, I have no doubt that they would. Maybe he does a buckshot lariat.
Yeah, that's definitely, and maybe a couple.
Would he have the audacity to even attempt it after he fucked it up? I think it would be great. It would be a great spot. The problem is I don't think Triple H.
Yeah,
I don't get it. Why do that? It looks stupid. Yeah, I don't know, Punk. But it's going to be a position where CM Punk is going to have to mind his P's and Q's because he's not as valuable to WWE. WWE can release him just for the fuck of it. In fact, Triple H might rehire him just so he can fire him. All right, you're done now. He jobs to Cody at WrestleMania. All right, now you're fired. You're done, you prick. I'm a doofus, huh? I'm a doofus? Fuck you. Who's a doofus now? Shit, even the indie marks don't like you anymore, prick.
Evil Triple H comes out.
My personal feelings about Punk aside, he's still a guy I always want to watch on TV. And he's not the best wrestler by any stretch of the imagination. I don't know if he ever really was. I've never seen, I don't know. I didn't watch a lot of Ring of Honor in the early 2000s, so I can't comment too much. But, I mean, his matches in WWE, there weren't any, like, outstanding classics in my recollection that I would put up against like a Kenny Okada or Steamboat Flair or Steamboat Savage or Sid Justice versus Hulk Hogan.
Here we go. You had to go to those depths, please.
That was the best WrestleMania ever. Do you remember when Papa Shango came out?
I don't remember.
And then the Ultimate Warrior came back?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Ultimate Warrior, that was one of the first strikes from professional wrestling that I went on. Was not a fan, and he made me stop watching it.
Bloody Dottie, you must subjugate it to the eternal darkness of your flames. I was a fucking whack job. Ultimate Warrior. Bloody Dottie, I was able to get it. The Ultimate Warrior. Bloody Dottie, aren't you in the dispensations of all of the sacrifices of all the warriors beyond me? I will reach out to the heavens and bring down straight children. They need to be straight.
He's pretty religious, that guy, right?
He didn't like the gays. Not a fan of the gays, that hella wig.
And I wasn't a fan of his, man. So he was one of the reasons I stopped.
Jim Cornette. Have you ever heard him talk with the Ultimate Warrior?
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious. This fucking idiot all does is shake the room like a big fucking moron. And got all people cheering because they're fucking morons too. Fucking idiots. Got no talent. Got a good look. About it. Piece of shit. His wife's fucking obnoxious. I tell you right now, I didn't know Trailer Trash could be that blonde and stupid. She changed her name to Dana Warrior. What the fuck? You're not a warrior, bitch.
Certain rants of his, including the Warriors, Shawn Michaels, you just sort of buckle in and just sit back and enjoy. You know?
Oh, dude, when I agree with Jim Cornette,
yeah, you're laughing out loud.
I'm laughing out loud. I think he's brilliant, and he's my third favorite manager of all time, right behind Paul and Bobby.
Yeah,
and I think there's a significant drop between Paul and Bobby at this point, mostly because of longevity. Bobby, he kind of retired earlier as far as manager goes, and he built a lot of his legacy another decade doing color commentary. But look, Jim Cornette, if anyone wants to see a great manager put tons of people over in 3 minutes, Jim Cornette, and he never flipped a word, really, hardly ever, and he's speaking 20 words a second. I mean, the guy, I think he does a lot of stuff for shock value, and I think he says a lot of stuff, and he knows how to get clicks, but guy's hilarious. Cornette is funny, man. He's got a Howard Stern quality to him.
Yeah.
Like, he's got a real good, in terms of a broadcaster, he'll say whatever's on his mind. He doesn't have much of a filter. Says the F word a lot, and I always have a lot of respect for that. So,
and then he's old-timey to the point where it's almost like cringeworthy in some ways.
Thank you so much for watching High Spots at Cheap Pops. This is Silicon Valley, and for Vladi, hit the subscribe button, and here endeth the lesson.